Good morning, students. Welcome in my YouTube channel, Rosalind DNA Classes. So today we will start the properties of cardiac muscle. That is the first part of structure and function of the heart. So in this part, first of all, we will try to understand about this structure. Such type of structure we have learned in class 9th under chapter tissue. So this is a cardiac tissue we know, and in this cardiac tissue we know this cardiac tissue are branched and they are striated. You can see the red bands, red bands, so many red bands are present. So these are the bands, and such type of bands are also present in the skeletal muscles, isn't it? And so many nucleus you can see here, and these are the vertical disc. You can see the vertical disc, deep blue vertical disc, that we called intercalated disc, isn't it? And this is the nucleus. So this is the structure of the cardiac muscle fibers, isn't it? So these cardiac muscle fibers are joined together with the help of this intercalated disc. With the help of this intercalated disc, they are joined together. If I will draw here, आप देख सकते हैं, if it is one muscle fibers, then it is the second muscle fibers. They will join together with the help of this intercalated disc. I am showing here by red. So this intercalated disc acts like a communication junction. It is just like a communication junction through which one cardiac muscle fibers can communicate with another muscle fibers, and it is very much important to perform their activity in a single unit. That's why I have written here syncytium. You can see syncytium. Syncytium means collection of cardiac muscle cells joined by intercalated disc that allow the entire collection to contract as a single unit. There are two syncytia. So what are these two syncytia? Atria is the plural form of the atrium or auricle, and ventricles. So I have written here, you can see, atrial syncytium constitutes the wall of two atria. So there are two atrium, we know, we will see the structure of the heart. And ventricular syncytium similarly constitutes the wall of the two ventricles. So you can see here, in this diagram, you can see there are two auricles, there are two wall of the auricles, there are two ventricles, one ventricle, second ventricle, isn't it? So there are the two walls of the ventricles. So that is written about this. So we will discuss the structure in the next part. Here we have to read about the properties of the cardiac muscle first, so that we can understand the heart in better way. Next, the heart is composed of three major types of cardiac muscles. So in heart there are three types of muscles. Number one is the atrial muscle, यानी कि जो muscles auricles में present है, that is called atrial muscles. Ventricular muscles present in the ventricle, and the most important, that is the third, specialized excitatory and conductive muscle fibers. So these muscle fibers are also present. So where the third number of muscle fiber is present in the heart, you can see in the picture. You can see here this star-like structure that we called SA node. Its full form is sino-auricular node. So this sino-auricular node, we call it is a special type of tissue that is called a nodal tissue, and it is responsible to create excitation throughout the heart, and due to this excitation, heart contract and relax. That is called pumping mechanism of the heart. So now, that is, I have written about this specialized excitatory tissue. They contain few contractile fibrils, very few contractile fibrils हैं, इसलिए ये बहुत ही स्लो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं, बट दे कंडक्ट एक्शन पोटेंशियल. लेकिन ये एक्शन पोटेंशियल कंडक्ट करते हैं. आप देखिए, they conduct action potential, and this action potential word is new for you, and this action potential word will be also implemented when we will study about the nerve conduction. Action potential through the heart, providing an excitatory system, means heart will be excited and it will contract and relax. that controls the rhythmical beating of the heart that I have called contraction and relaxation. So action potential, it generates this sino-auricular node that we have seen as a star-like structure in the heart, in the right auricle. So this generates action potential. And what is this action potential? Action potential means a very small amount of voltage will be generated in the form of millivolt, minus 70 millivolt to plus 30 millivolt, it will be generated, and due to this the contraction and relaxation of the heart will be started. So this action potential is generated by the sino-auricular node. We will discuss it later on in the nerve conduction. Anatomical characteristics of the cardiac muscle. So anatomical characteristics of the cardiac muscle fibers are arranged in a lattice work. Now this lattice we will read in chemistry part. Lattice is a very strong structure. In a very well mannered, the molecules are combined so that it will be strong and flexible. So with the fibers dividing, so how it forms the lattice? So by dividing the fibers, that is the cardiac muscle fibers, then they recombine and then spread again. So in this way they form the lattice like structure. Cardiac muscle is striated in the same manner as in the skeletal muscles. So what is the meaning of striated here? Striated means band, that we had seen in the red color. I will show you again. You can see here this red color linings are called bands. They are bands, or we can say striations. Bands or striations we can say. So cardiac muscle is striated in the same manner as in the skeletal muscles, but it is quite different from skeletal muscles. So how it is quite different from skeletal muscles? Now we will see in this physiological aspect of the cardiac muscles, isn't it? So number one is cardiac muscle is excitable. Just like normal living cell, it is also excitable. Excitable means when it will get any stimulus, it will excite like other normal living cells. Autorhythmicity, it is a special feature that is present in the heart only. Autorhythmicity, and this autorhythmicity is generated by that star-like structure present in the right auricle that we have called SAN, sino-auricular node. So that is written here. Cardiac muscle is contractile. So cardiac muscle is contractile. This sentence is self-explanatory. It is contractile. That's why I have not written anything about this. Cardiac muscle conducts electrical impulse. Cardiac muscle conducts electrical impulse. So this electrical impulse is again generated by this sino-auricular node. That was the star-like structure I had shown you. Again I will show you here. You can see here so that your memory will be permanent. You can see this SA node, this star-like structure will generate excitation. So the presence of intercalated disc. So this intercalated disc helps in the transmission of the electrical current that is generated by the SAN in all the muscle fibers immediately, so that as a whole heart can contract and relax. That is written here. So you see cardiac muscle is syncytium. Syncytium, I have told you, syncytium is joining property of the muscle fibers of the heart that we call syncytium. So it joined with the help of the intercalated disc that we had discussed. So the presence of intercalated disc acts like a communicating junction in between the cardiac cells. That is written here. And these junctions allow rapid diffusion of ions. See, these junctions allow rapid diffusion of ions, and due to the rapid diffusion of ions, current is generated, voltage is generated. You have read in physics potential difference. So potential difference will be created by the movement of the ions from its higher to lower concentration, isn't it? So that is rapid diffusion of ions. Due to this rapid diffusion of ions, the excitation will be generated in the form of action potential. So therefore ions move with ease in the intracellular fluid so that action potential travel easily from one cardiac muscle cell to the next past the intercalated disc. 6.1, that is the action potential in cardiac muscle is prolonged, means whatever the action potential is generated in the cardiac muscle, it will be for a long time and it has long refractory period. Means long refractory period means suppose a muscle fiber has been excited, then it will be excited for a certain time. It is not like the skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles excited rapidly and relax rapidly, but this cardiac muscles will take more time. That's why we have written cardiac muscle action potential in cardiac muscle is prolonged and has a long refractory period. That's why आप जब ग्राफ देखेंगे तो ग्राफ आपको कुछ इस तरह से उठा हुआ मिलता है और फिर ये डाउन होता है, तो यहां से उठकर यहां और फिर यहां तक का जो ये जो टाइम है, दिस टाइम, दिस इज द रिफ्रैक्टरी टाइम, ये रिफ्रैक्टरी टाइम है. अदरवाइज क्या होता है, ये उठा और ये तुरंत गिर जाता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. दिस इज गोइंग ऑन. Now, cardiac muscle requires calcium in the extracellular fluid to contract. Means calcium is needed for the contraction of the cardiac muscles, and you can understand from this diagram. See, in this diagram you can see this is the extracellular fluid area, and this line indicates the sarcoplasmic membrane, that is the plasma membrane. In muscle fibers, this plasma membrane is called sarcoplasmic membrane. So sarcoplasmic membrane separates the extracellular fluid from the intracellular fluid. Here intracellular fluid is present, and here this circle represents the endoplasmic reticulum. In the muscle fibers or in cardiac muscle fibers, this endoplasmic reticulum we call sarcoplasmic reticulum, isn't it? So you can see the channels are present, protein channels are present here, protein channels are present, protein channels are present here. So different protein channels have different work. Here also protein channels are present. Now you see in the extracellular fluid calcium ions are present. So this calcium ions will enter in the inside the cytoplasm, that is the sarcoplasm we can say in muscle, in cardiac muscle fibers. So it will enter here and it will hit on the protein channels present on the sarcoplasmic reticulum, that is the endoplasmic reticulum, and then the calcium present in this sarcoplasmic reticulum will come out, and combinedly they will act on this cardiac muscle fibers, and this cardiac muscle fibers will contract. That's why it is written here contraction, means contract, they will squeeze, ये squeeze करेंगे, ठीक है. And then you see when it will relax. So relax होने के लिए यहाँ पर क्या करना होगा, relax होने के लिए whatever the calcium ion was come here, it will move towards the sarcoplasmic reticulum. In the second phase it will move towards the sarcoplasmic reticulum में, और जो rest calcium बचेंगे they will go out with the help of this protein channel out, isn't it? And in this way it will relax, this muscle fibers will relax. muscle fibers जब relax होंगे तो ये आराम से हो जाएंगे, ठीक है, relax हो जाएंगे. So this is all about the mechanism of excitation, contraction, coupling and relaxation in cardiac muscles. So cardiac muscles ultimately हम इस स्टेज में कह सकते हैं cardiac muscles को contract and relax करने के लिए कैल्शियम जरूरी है. कैल्शियम is needed for the contraction and relaxation of the cardiac muscles. Not only the cardiac muscles, for our skeletal muscles also calcium is needed, isn't it? Now the last one, properties. Cardiac muscle doesn't fatigue. It is one of the most important property of the cardiac muscle. So why not it becomes fatigue? So number one reason, it has a long refractory period, that I have told you. It has a long refractory period. ये देखिए इस तरह से ये long refractory period होने के बाद ये डाउन होता है नीचे, इस तरह से ये एक्साइटेशन हुआ ऊपर पहुंचा, अब ये रिलैक्स होगा, तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक का जो टाइम है, इट टेक्स टाइम. यहाँ पर ये टाइम ज़्यादा ले रहा है, सो दैट it will get a time for relaxation. Understood? So cardiac muscle has a long refractory period. Thus cardiac muscle cannot be tetanized. Tetanized means ये hard नहीं हो सकते कभी, हमेशा flexible रहते हैं. Rich supply of blood in cardiac muscle. In short form I have written here cardiac muscle. That's why I am following CM. So cardiac muscle has a rich supply of blood. And capillary density in cardiac muscle is 4 times greater than the skeletal muscle. आप देखिए skeletal muscles में जितने blood capillaries होते हैं उसका 4 गुना ज़्यादा blood capillaries cardiac muscles में होते हैं. That is one of the important reason why not cardiac muscle fatigue. Third most important reason, cardiac muscle undergoes aerobic metabolism. ये aerobic metabolism में जाता है, means here respiration is going on in presence of oxygen, thus accumulation of lactic acid. ये जो लैक्टिक एसिड का एक्यूमुलेशन है यहाँ पर नहीं होता है, एंड दिस लैक्टिक एसिड एक्यूमुलेशन इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट रीजन फॉर फैटिग ऑफ मसल फाइबर्स. सो यहाँ पर जब लैक्टिक एसिड बनना ही नहीं है तो मसल फाइबर्स फैटिग नहीं होंगे. क्लियर? And cardiac muscle is rich in mitochondria. So what is the role of excess mitochondria here? So if the abundant mitochondria will be here, then more and more aerobic respiration will be going on and this lactic acid will not form. ये जो lactic acid बन रहा था with limited mitochondria in a cell, that lactic acid will not form, and these cardiac muscles have lots of mitochondria so that they metabolize the glucose rapidly and they generate ATP without forming this lactic acid. So I hope you have understood. So this was all about the cardiac muscles properties, and this cardiac muscle properties will help you to understand the circulatory mechanism of the heart, the pumping mechanism of the heart. So next we will discuss the pumping mechanism of heart. Thank you very much. So please, those who have not subscribed, please subscribe it, share it with your friends and share in groups also. Thank you.